But I can assure you one thing, we're going to make sure that we inflict as much pain as possible to the American people without inflicting pain on the Canadian population.
a 25% tariff. I think at this point it would be a shorter story if we just list the countries and products that don't have a 25% tariff.
Unless you hear otherwise, there's a 25% tariff on everything.
Just assume tariffs.
This time he's announced it on all cars coming into the States. So, of course, this has countries like Canada, like the European Union, Japan. They're all up in arms saying, well, excuse me, this is a massive issue for us. We send a lot of cars your way, but this is an America First president, and he's making sure that the car manufacturers in America are going to be bolstered under his administration. Here he is.
So we'll effectively be charging a 25% tariff. But if you build your car in the United States, there is no tariff. And what that means is a lot of foreign car companies, a lot of companies are going to be in great shape because they've already built their plant.
This guy's fast becoming even more famous than he already is for this really unconventional use of tariffs. He's got one for everybody. But he does love a tariff.
And I say the most beautiful word in the entire dictionary of words is the word tariff. I love tariff. I can make anybody do anything through the use of tariffs. I can keep people out of war. I can keep us out of war. The word tariff is the most beautiful. I think I'll do this just so I don't get myself in trouble. I'm going to say the third most beautiful. Love and religion. And then the word tariff. Then the word tariff.
Love, religion, tariffs, they all go together.
How can you stay mad at him?
He's so comical.
It's like faith, hope and tariffs, and the greatest of these is tariffs.
That's right.
I think that's what the Bible says.
So, I mean, everyone's always known this. Long before he became president, you can watch videos of Donald Trump saying 20 years ago, this is what I would do if I was president of this country. I would slap these tariffs on absolutely everybody, make all American manufacturers first. Let's just make the most. We've got this huge market here. We're the ones who are going to benefit from it. more than anybody else, and he is I've lost count of the tariffs.
Well, early indications are that it might work in helping to inspire American manufacturing. Rolls-Royce have announced that they will open new plants in the United States. Of course, they're not just building cars, but they're building
jet
engines for aeroplanes. Volkswagen have announced they are looking at opening factories in the United States, particularly for Audi and Porsche vehicles, which they sell. But these tariffs will apply to half of all cars sold in the United States currently, and to 60% of car parts that are used in the United States.
So how amazingly visionary and forward-thinking of it was for the Abbott government to shut down the Australian auto industry. That was really ahead of the ball. Yes, well, a large part of the reason why Trump got elected in 2016 was because of Mexico, especially car makers outsourcing their production to Mexico.
Across the border.
And just across the border, where labour costs were much, much lower, obviously, and they could produce cars that were made in America until yesterday, right next door. So the transport costs were negligible as well, and away you go. And that is almost the definition of the cause of the sort of Rust Belt. You know, that is what turned Detroit into a hellscape. It's what and it was the example of what's so unfair about, you know, neoliberalism or free market economics. And this is the amazing thing. Like, the idea that you would have a Republican candidate campaigning on just tariffs for everybody would have just been nuts. Just a few years ago, the idea that the Republican Party is now the party of tariffs and the Democrats are now the party of free trade, that is a complete and utter 180-degree reversal of where the parties used to be ideological. This is, I reckon, the biggest thing to happen since, you know, the Democrats were the party of segregation and slavery and the Republicans were the party of emancipation. It is an incredible turnaround.